My name is Sally Arnold and I live in Kelowna, British Columbia. And I'm doing this video especially for you if you're a teacher. I think what you and your co-workers are having to do right now really bites big ones. I get that. And you are an essential service just like I have been for 39 years in my nursing career. And I've been where you are right now. Striking to get parity, feeling underappreciated, undervalued. Believe me, I know what it's like. So nearly 5 years ago, I was looking at my options. And what I saw wasn't really a pretty picture. My options were to keep on working till I dropped dead, work more hours and try to get a better lifestyle, to increase my standard of living, go back to school and get another degree. But I was thinking to myself, well, what's going to pay me more than $44 an hour? And then I'd have to be out of the workforce for that length of time while I got another degree. So I don't know what I've missed, but have I missed something here? So what are your options? And hopefully the government comes through and they pay you what you're worth. I really hope it comes down to that, but I can guarantee you that it always comes down to dollars and cents. And I realized, even being an essential service as a nurse, that no one was going to put money in my bank account, okay? No one was going to help me out and give me the time freedom and the kind of life that I wanted. So let me ask you a crazy question, and this is going to sound crazy, okay? If you were positive and you did a whole bunch of research, just like I know teachers like to do, and you knew for sure it was possible for you to retire in 4 years, making 10, 20, 30,000 a month, quit what you're doing, and stay home and do what you'd like to do. I said, I just want to ask you, would that be worth investigating for 10 minutes? I'm just curious. If not, press stop and go back to being on strike and, just hope that things work out. And I really, truly do hope they do work out for you. But if you're just a little curious, sit back and let me play teacher for a few minutes here, okay? And pardon me if I'm reading some of this, but I've really prepared something that I think will be an education for you, and I really want to get it right, okay? So I just want to educate you for a few minutes on something that's so misunderstood and gives people, average people like you and me, the opportunity to create a six-figure income without having to have a six-figure skill set, a six-figure set of experience, or a six-figure education behind you, okay? That industry is called network marketing. Now, yes, there's some other, names for it. It's called multi-level marketing, referral marketing. Sometimes you hear the word pyramid marketing associated with it. Don't those words just make you cringe? Okay, you've heard of the pioneers in the industry, the Amway, the Shaklee, the Herbalife, Watkins. Those were some of the pioneers in the industry. You've also heard of the direct sales industry. You're the Mary Kay, Tupperware, giants like Avon and those kind of home-based businesses, party plan type businesses. There's thousands of them out there, okay? If this was one of those pyramid schemes or one of those party plan based businesses, you wouldn't be seeing me on this video today. I can guarantee that, okay? So let me tell you what I am talking about. When you go buy a product in a grocery store, in a cosmetic counter, and you pick up that product, 95% of your dollar has already been spent in the transactions that it took between the manufacturer to you. So the manufacturer manufactures that product, and then they send it to a wholesaler, who sends it to a jobber, who sends it to a retailer, who marks up expensive retail space, advertises it, usually using endorsements, of models and sports icons and people like that, to get their product known. And by the time that product has left the manufacturer and ends up on the shelf, what you're actually holding in your hand is 5% in quality, because 95% of the dollar has already been spent, okay? So I didn't realize that, but we're getting a lot smarter these days because many of us have shopped at factory outlets. We have shopped at online. And did you know that actually 61% of North Americans shopped online last month? So we're getting smarter. But I've seen it firsthand because I watched my Generation Y daughter shop online Then she goes to the store, she tries on that item or samples the product, then goes back home and orders the product online so she can have it shipped directly to her. Like, wow, I wouldn't be a retailer for all the tea in China these days, because this is a huge trend and it is about to become a massive economy. So let's look at the distribution channel with network marketing. A manufacturer manufactures a product and delivers it right to a consumer who has ordered it online, okay? And they've skipped all those steps in between themselves and the consumer by giving you a manufacturer direct type of distribution channel that delivers that product directly to you. So they can afford considerably more in the quality of that product because they have skipped all the middlemen in between. So typically, a product that you will order through a network marketing company has considerably more quality to it than anything you will pick up off the shelf, okay? So you and I have done this kind of marketing our entire lives and never gotten paid for it. Have you ever been to a good restaurant and gone to work the next day and told people about the restaurant? Have you ever been to a movie and gone to work and told people about the movie? Have you ever referred your chiropractor, your doctor, your accountant, a realtor? How about a nail technician or your hairdresser? Have you ever referred anybody to people like that? Okay? Well, we do it all the time. But have those people or those businesses ever sent you a check to thank you for all the referrals that you've sent to them? Well, I've never gotten one. So, but you know, that movie might become a blockbuster. Your accountant might get very wealthy from all the referrals, and it goes on and on, okay? So this is what I'm talking about. There are legitimate companies out there that rely on people like you and me to spread the word and tell people about their product or service, and they pay people to do it. They pay us to do that, okay? So, sure, the pioneers in the industry, you know, they got kind of a bad rap, all right? They had some real growing pains. They were challenged for being illegal pyramid schemes. You know, there's a huge difference, though. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are pyramid schemes out there, all right? But there's a huge difference. So let me educate you for a moment on that, just to kind of allay your fears a bit. Pyramids are usually disguised as a large investment of money with no product or service. Typically, the investment is anywhere from between $1,000 to $5,000, and there is no product or service. So you hear these stories about how people got burned and the company goes out of business. Well, that is very common, okay? Because the money that is made in those types of illegal pyramid schemes comes from recruiting people. And all the money is made by recruiting other people. And no product or service is delivered to a consumer. And so all the money is made by recruiting. So eventually the whole thing falls apart. Everybody's heard about it, and your friends get burned, okay? So let me explain the difference then. In a legitimate network marketing company, usually there's a small fee, kind of like your Costco account, okay? And you're given a membership that allows you privileges to shop from that company. No different from setting up an account with Costco, all right? And if a product is purchased from the manufacturer, it gets delivered right from that manufacturer to the end-line consumer. And that is the only way people make money in a network marketing distribution channel, okay? So no money is ever made from the membership, and no money is ever made from recruiting. So just like your Costco, you're allowed a privilege for shopping by having a membership, and this is just no different, okay? But what happens is that the manufacturer can now afford to pay people to tell others about their product or service, and that's how this works. So are you still with me? All right. So do some homework into this industry, all right? Have you heard of people like Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett? How about Donald Trump? Try reading the latest article by Michael Perlis, the CEO of Forbes magazine, and see what his take is on network marketing. So if you're still with me at this point, you might then well ask, well, what do I need to look for in a legitimate network marketing company? And there are 4 factors, actually, that must be in place for the company to have, and for you to have confidence in where the company is going. Okay, so let me just take a few minutes and tell you about that, because 1 in 1,000 companies makes it past their first year. 1 in 1,000. That's pretty bleak statistics in my mind. And so I said, you know, what are people's options? I talked about this a little bit earlier, but what are people's options? What are your options? What were my options? Well-paid, well-trained nurse. What were my options? I told you before, either I had to work more hours, take on a second job, get paid more per hour. Yeah, the boss really likes that request. And, you know, or go back to school and get another degree. Like, seriously, have I missed something? Really, I looked at my options and I said, you know what? I really don't have many. And I get that. I get that we're almost all of us in the same boat. So, did you know that 25% of people actually believe they're going to win the lottery? Well, I decided not to leave my future to chance. And so 4.5 years ago, I was introduced to a company that met all this criteria. And if I still have your attention, let me ask you the same crazy question. If you were positive and you did a whole bunch of research and you knew for sure it was possible to retire in 4 years with the kind of lifestyle that you wanted, making 10, 20, or 30,000 a month, would you be willing to give it another 5 minutes and 41 seconds? Okay, I'm just curious. So I found that company. It meets all the criteria. Talk to the person who has invited you to take a look at this one and ask them kindly if they would send you that video. All right? It changed my life. I can do what I want, when I want, whenever I want, with whom I want. I do my nursing as a hobby. I never thought that was going to be possible. It has completely changed my life and the lives of many thousands of people around the world. And we haven't even gotten started yet. So, listen, thanks for your time. I really hope that this gets resolved for you. But you know what? Even if it does, why don't you look at an insurance policy so you never have to worry about someone signing your paycheck again? All right? I hope that you get back to work soon. But right now, I'm going to go play on my boat for a little while longer. Hey, have a great day, and thanks for listening.